Hey guys, what's up? Today we are going to be taking a look at Hollow. Um, Hollow is one of those healers that personally I ignored for a long time. I had her. I didn't know much about her. I didn't really experiment with her much um, until as of late. I always, when I started the game, you hear about the Vortexes or the Madons. But Hollow was one of those ones that kind of went under the radar for me just because I think she was a rare champ to pull. Um, I was also skeptical about attack healers at first, but after using her the past few months, it's I kind of want to showcase what she could do. So, skills. When triggered, increase the hero's healing multiplier by 45% for 20 seconds, and the hero can heal one more target. Um, Basic 500 cost. Attack base, like I said. And the big draw to her is when the Light of Bliss is activated, it recovers 1.4% of rage for all allies in the range every 1 second. So, on top of healing, she's now going to apply you with rage regen for all your champs. Um, Specifically, I'm going to be going over a guild boss, so you can kind of see she's going to have everybody in range, and she's just going to be feeding meters for everybody, allowing me to cycle really easily. Um, I don't personally run the Pyros team, but I know most of the late game to end game people that are running Pyros comp are using Hollow and just abusing her Rage Regen abilities. So we go back to her. As far as artifact, I'm using Orb of Euphoria. So on top of the Rage Regen and healing she's doing, she's also going to apply attack speed for me. I was lucky enough to get this one maxed out. Um, Solid artifact for her. Probably one of the best choices for her in Guild Boss. And then we'll go to Awakenings real quick. So one of the best ones, if you have some Epic Soul Stones, I would highly suggest using them on her. If you're using like a Lord like Wrath or somebody, I would use those first. But once you get later on, Hollow is a solid choice for those because, like I said, she is a very rare champ to pull. We had her on a 10x a few weeks ago, so I'm assuming a lot of people got her then, or hoping a lot of people got her then. So I'm gonna kind of go over the build guide for her, just because I think most people generally build her pretty wrong. Um, each healing restores 1% rage cap, so that's solid. Some HP, rage cap minus 100, great. Some more attack, which is gonna help her with the heals, but later on we'll kind of talk about that. And then this, the big one. Like I don't even have this one yet. She will be getting my next Epic Soul Stone. But each cast of Light of Bliss increases the efficiency of accumulating rage by 15% until the battle ends, up to 5 stacks. So at that, ult will be cycling very, very fast. Yeah, she's just an awesome champ. I have Elowen, but I still choose to use her over. I think she keeps up with healing. She's kind of a different build than Elowen, and I just find her more efficient with rage regen. As far as her build, I've got full ancients on this side. I tried running her in the this with even more rage regen, which would ideally I would like to have. I would love to see her over 130 plus, but this can become spotty when I run that because I have literally like plus 1,000 attack then, and sometimes she has trouble. Like I'll have one or two people die possibly, so the runs aren't 100% when I'm running in that set. But if you can tune it or find your perfect timings, which is something you will have to do with these builds, is finding those niche timings or timings to pop her ults. It's not just going to be like, oh, here's this build, go run it, it's going to work every time. There is some play with it. You need to find those timings. You need to find when you're pulling ults, when you should be holding them. Like say there's a fireball coming in from the guild boss, you might want to have your ult ready for that, just so people don't get burned down. As far as pieces go, what I'm looking for is attack speed, rage regen, pretty much for all these, as by far the most crucial stats for her. Healing effect main, defense, attack speed, rage, and a little bit attack. Right here, we're getting the attack speed, which is, like I said, one of the best ones. We have the rage regen here. Have some healing effect. And the other two are just kind of, if they're there, they're there. Attack bonus is okay, but like with her, you want to maximize the amount of time she heals. So, like I said, it's finding that happy medium of, okay, if she has too much attack, then she's instantly full healing everybody. So they're not getting the most out of the rage regen. But if you have her with a little bit less attack, then maybe she heals them twice, and then they're getting double pumped with rage regen, which you're way better off doing something like that. As far as a ring main stat, I'm running rage regen, HP healing effect. If this had attack speed, it'd be great. Probably get me closer. I don't think I can move her down much further because she's a 3-second interval, and I got her down to 1.5 seconds with that 516 speed. So that one's pretty good. But like I said, would like rage regen to be 130 plus. That's the real happy spot, but it's really hard. As far as sets for her on this right side, if you are getting her in sets, Scalpius is okay. It's not the best. One day I will ascend this into Invig, but it's a big commitment doing all that. Like Bullion don't come around that often. Spirits, possibly at the end of the next 2 times for Gear 2, I'll get close. So I plan on running a lot of that. And then the final set I would suggest running her in would be the Mana Spring. I know this one's really good to get her in, but it's one of the harder ones to get her in. It's a rare set. It's hard to get a hold of in the right subsets because you're playing with those. Yeah, so we'll go hop into Guild Boss. Here's my team. Nothing special. Wrath, Deimos, Vladov are going to be my 3 fighters. Vladov there to inflict bleed. If you haven't seen my video on Vladov, highly suggest testing it or checking that out. If you're one of those people like me that don't have a lot of options on fighter, Vladov is an incredible option. He keeps bleed almost up to full time during Guild Boss and gets to boost all my other fighters and my 2 physical damage a lot. Silas is going to be my big boy. Murray in there to debuff. She's full attack speed as well. Laurel's in there just in case I need something at the end. Like if I want to get an extra Silas ult in or something. That's what she's there for. Like I'll pull Mary, drop Laurel, pull Laurel, and then throw in Lunaria. Alright, let's get into it. So start it, get Silas down, get my Invig on Silas, get Hollow down to start pumping Rage. First time I've probably ran this manually in a long time. Not a big fan of running manual, especially after I have the auto set. I'm also somebody that I don't cycle too much with here. I could probably do more, but it's a lot of work trying to find how many times you get in. Like hats, I'll be popping all the way through. Like she'll probably go off 6-7 times. Just keep building that soul bond buff on her as well. But as far as these guys, on Nightmare 3 I could cycle them all I want. That one probably would have been a better one to showcase. This doesn't go too long, we can go look at that afterwards. This has been my solid 20k team. Like I said, it's not the best damage, but for the heroes I have and what I've been able to beat, it works pretty well for me. See, like right now we're getting close, but she still keeps up with it all. This was my biggest hurdle, getting this third shield down. I always found it a pain. But once you get that shield down, you're almost sure to hit the 20. There we go. And that is the Nightmare 4. I didn't actually catch what the final was, 21,950. So we're just barely over, but if we go here, Silas main carry. Vladov doesn't do a whole bunch of damage, but man, he keeps that bleed up. Boosts all these guys. Wrath doing a lot of self-healing. Here we go. Hollow just fully keeping us alive. Dolores is doing a little work, I guess, but crazy to think Wrath does that much self-healing. Yeah, I guess we can go hit Nightmare 3 and see the real effect of the Rage Regen for her. Here I get to cycle ults a lot more. Do the same thing again. This one she has a lot easier time. It's not even like ever close really for people going down in this one. Right there, I'll get our ult going so these guys start cycling immediately. As you can see, they're already almost ready to go. Bleeds constantly up. Pop Hollow again. Get that going. I'll wait on that. We'll wait just a second. So we insta down the shield. Murray I'm never popping just so we keep these debuffs up the whole time. I considered doing a vid on her, but I think most people have seen Murderink's video on her by now. If you haven't, let me know in the comments if you want to see how I build my Mari. She's just lightning fast. Alright, now we're close. This next Hatsid ult will probably just put me right over. I have trouble syncing up these two just because she's getting it so often, or she sometimes doesn't get the thing from her 85. I know a lot of people have trouble on 21, but between Vladov and pumping out those ults, that was what helped me clear. That was my high score there. Go back and look at the stats real quick. Once again, Sylas just pumping out all the damage. Hats really gets a benefit. It's one you don't really think about because she's in Soul Bond. So she's just popping a ton of ults and getting all that boost. Once again, Wrath doing crazy self-heal. And Hollow, just with those weird little stats, she's able to keep up the whole team. Not a lot of attack. Full attack speed, Rage Regen. Just get the team pumping. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this vid. Have any comments, questions, leave them in the comments below. I will be sure to reply to you. Leave a like and subscribe. Really helps. Still trying to grow the channel. Trying to do a lot of help. I'll probably start doing some specific guides for champs. Because I know there's some guides out there, but a lot of people don't have like these niche guides of champs that a lot of people end up using. Like the Vladov one, I think a lot of people found helpful. I'm hoping this Hollow one helps a lot of people. If you guys want to see some other champ builds, just keep it down in the comments below. I'll try to get back to you. And yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for checking it out. See ya.